Welcome to the InstaHouse where you can capture the moments. Can you grab that feeling for a second?
Yeah.
That happiness, that joy, but also shocking, right? You didn't expect that to happen. Well, take that feeling and put it into a house. That's what we call the InstaHouse. InstaHouse is a place full of imagination. My name is Vivienne, and I'm the CEO of InstaHouse. This is my colleague Daniel, he's the CFO, and our three other colleagues are right now in the audience, Carolina, Marcus, and Denise. Today we're going to discuss about us. What is InstaHouse exactly? Why InstaHouse? How are you going to make revenue? And the operational plan, our marketing plan, our financial projections, and the investment opportunity for you guys. So, what is InstaHouse? InstaHouse is a museum, it's an art exhibition, but it's both and neither of those. Well, let me explain it through a couple of visuals. Right now, there are two successful stories in America: the Color Factory and the Ice Cream Museum. Our generation is going crazy for it. Like, tickets are bought weeks, even months before they open up. And websites are crashing because everyone wants to get those tickets. We are going to bring this business concept to the Netherlands, even to Europe. And for its two reasons, two purposes. The first one would be that we want to bring you guys an experience. You want to have a fun time to capture the moments with friends and family. And the second purpose would be for you to create content for your Instagram, also other social media pages, to gain followers, to gain likes, to really make yourself different than the crowd. So our mission would be, we want to have a world-class museum or art exhibition, and even a franchise model all over Europe. Then our mission would be, our passion would be to bring positivity and happiness. It's for you to capture those moments and share it with your friends and family and even to the world. And secondly, we want to bring those like-minded people together in a happy environment. So our target group, I guess you can guess it, it's us. It's our generation, it's Generation Z, it's the millennials. And as you can see here, those are the ones that use social media platforms the most. All of them are above 50% and even higher. But there are two different kinds of people. They're the ones that want to have the experience, which millennials and Generation Z are seeking for. They want to share this with their friends and their family and have just a joyful day in our museum or art exhibition, making pictures of themselves or friends and then share it on Facebook. The other one would be for you to create content for your Instagram. This is to gain followers, to gain likes, because you look good, you want to look good, you have a nice background, you have sceneries, being creative, that's all what you want to be. You want to be about to gain followers, standing out of the crowd. Then I'm going to give the floor to Daniel. He's going to tell you a bit more about the key concepts.
Yes. Thank you, Vivienne. So what Vivienne just spoke about is really represented in three main key concepts. The first being sharing. These generations, they want to share, and in our company, we make a place for that. The second being creativity, and the third being adventure. All these concepts come together within the InstaHouse and are represented by this one sentence, which everyone just wants to have a good time and then be able to share it with the people around them. And that is really that's really the core of the service that we want to provide by our museum. Now, let's go a little bit more into depth. Let's talk a little bit about how is doing this actually profitable. So when we look at the revenue streams, we have two main revenue streams. The first is of ticket sales, and the second of food and drinks. The price of the tickets will be, especially for those in the back who can't maybe read it, is 25 euros per ticket. This is based on prices of the Ice Cream Museum and the Color Factory, where in the States they are between the $35 and the $40, but of course the economy and the minimum wage and everything is a little bit different here, so this would be the European equivalent also according to the willingness to pay for customers. This, together with our projected amount of customers, would take us to a revenue of over 220,000 per month. And the food and drink the sales of food and drinks and souvenirs, we are expecting to have at least €5 of revenue per customer. This is still without costs, of course, and this will gain us over 45,000 per month in revenue on average. And here is a little graphic about the division. So we're expecting to have 83% of revenue from the ticket sales and 17% of the food, drinks, and souvenirs. So the main revenue source is by the ticket streams. Here are some more specific numbers. You can a little bit see some of the metrics that we use to get to these numbers, mainly how we estimated how much customers we would have. The total capacity of the building that we've looked for is 750 people per day. However, we made an optimistic, a neutral, and a pessimistic estimation on this. And the neutral estimation would be about 40% of the total capacity on average over the full time span, which would be about 300 people a day. And I just want to remind you, in the States, the similar businesses were completely sold out 2 and 3 months in advance. So in reality, this is a very pessimistic estimation, but all the numbers are based off of that number that I'm going to show you later in the PowerPoint. So furthermore, to the next part, Vivienne is going to take you through how we're going to set up this process and raise all the awareness.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Daniel. So for the first part, we want to do a marketing research, which we already did. We want to go more in depth into the Dutch market and also the European market. Then secondly, we are going to brainstorm, discuss what kind of content, what kind of scenery, what kind of rooms, materials are we going to use to create those rooms for you guys. And then we're going to kind of find the sponsor. For example, we're going to use Tony Chocolonely, who's going to be like going to give free samples, or we make a specific room created for them, for their image, for their style, and they will sponsor us for that. Then we have the design, the blueprint, really know what we're going to have in the InstaHouse. And the sixth of all, it's very important, even 2-3 months before we open up, we're going to have like a boom of marketing. We want everyone to know about the InstaHouse. You're going to see it on Instagram, Facebook, social media platforms, anywhere you can imagine, which I'll explain more about it in the marketing plan. Then we have really modeling it. So we're really going to make it. It's going to be such a fun time to really make these creative rooms. Then we have the pre-opening, which has a specific marketing strategy. I'll explain about it in a minute. And then we have, of course, the grand opening. This is going to be epic. So be there.
Where will I find it?
Of course.
So the marketing plan. We have 3 main marketing strategies. The first of all is what I a little bit explained, online marketing. We're going to boom social media, Facebook, Pinterest, anything you can think of, we're going to boom it so everyone will know InstaHouse, the name, what it's going to be. Then we have the first 2 weeks before opening up, we want to invite famous Instagram influencers to our InstaHouse to have a great day, free food, free drinks, and they can just share their posts on their Instagram and Facebook so you guys will know about even more. Then we have word of mouth. From the moment we open up, you guys will share it yourself. You will use hashtags, you will want to share those contents on your stories, on your Facebook, so you be our marketing. So word of mouth is going to be amazing. So our financial projections for the upcoming years, Daniel's going to discuss that.
Yeah, so let's go a little bit more into depth about the finances and how this really works behind. I already showed you some of these numbers. The 100% of the maximum capacity, 750 people, and then the 40% that we're actually basing our numbers off of, which will bring a daily revenue of about 9,000, a monthly revenue of about 270,000, and an annual revenue of about 3.2 million. But also there's a lot of costs, which we'll see in the next slide. This is the 4-year projections of the firm from opening date. Between the number between brackets means in the first year we won't actually make any profit yet, but we only have about 200,000 debt still. But then from the second year on, we'll start making revenue at 1.4 million in 2020, and then in 2021 almost 4 million, and in 2022 over 7.5 million. And this again is with rather negative estimations on how many people we will have, because our capacity is in reality way bigger. So what do we want from you? What is our investment opportunity for you? Well, we have 3 main packages. The first is, first of all, what are we asking money for from you? And there's 5 main categories in this. The first is marketing, the 600,000, which Vivienne talked about. This is to really have a really big marketing boom, to really make everyone aware of our concept, so that from day one on a grand opening, everyone is going to be there, and it will be fully booked. And from that moment on, everything will start running itself, because our concept is made off of people coming to take pictures and post them on their Instagram. Then there's renovating expenses, about 200,000. There's HRM expenses, almost 300,000. Administration, only 20,000, and a little margin in case something goes wrong. We're asking for a total loan of just a little bit over 1.2 million. Finally, here are investment opportunities for you. There's a basic plan where you invest 50,000, you get 10% interest and monthly updates. A standard plan where you invest 100,000, also 10% interest. You get 5% ownership and bi-weekly updates. And a premium plan where you invest 200,000. You get 15% interest, so more than the previous options. You get 10% ownership. You get 2 tickets for the 5th day, which is in the preliminary period where the influencers will come before the opening of the business. You get to be a part of it, and you get full involvement and be allowed to join us on our meetings. So, the future starts today, not tomorrow. Thank you so much. Are there any questions?